Good morning, everybody. It's Thursday, and we continue to read from the Sermon on the Mount today. And in fact, today we get probably the single most famous piece of scripture in the entire Bible. The Lord teaching us to pray. And in the Lord's Prayer, we have that singular prayer that Jesus teaches us. And as such, it is the model for all our prayer. There are, I think we can say easily, three distinct parts of the Our Father. The first part recognizes that God is God. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. And that's the first thing that prayer does, is recognize the transcendence of God, recognize that God is in charge, and give him the praise and adoration he is due. The second part of the Lord's Prayer is a petition. Give us this day our daily bread. As Jesus is teaching us to pray this prayer, he says that our Father knows what we need even before we ask. So why then do we bother asking? Not for God's sake, but for our own. You've often heard me say this before, that prayer helps us refine not what we want, but what we need. And there's a big difference between those two things. But we, in our hustle and bustle of daily life, often get the two confused. And prayer is one of the ways, perhaps the best way, that we refine those notions. And so we come to understand what we truly need, and then trust that God gives us what we truly need. The third, I think, distinct part of the Lord's Prayer is the recognition of our sinfulness. The recognition that we are not God. Forgive us our trespasses. That is so important, because it's too easy for us to think we're in charge, to think we're always right. But this one prayer that Jesus teaches us tells us that God is God and that we are not. That God is perfect and we are not. And so we ask for forgiveness. But I think the real rub of the Lord's Prayer comes right after that. Because we ask to be forgiven in the same measure in which we're willing to forgive others. Yet another reason we pray. So that we may come to truly understand who we need to forgive, who we need to be reconciled with. So in this one simple prayer that we all know, Jesus has packed so much of the Christian life into it, that if we can unpack it, we'll be truly happy people. God bless you.